I'll just play it around. Hey guys, what's up? This is your girl, Marie, and you're now tuned into episode 128 of Meet Your Girl. So I hope you guys enjoyed Kai's bi-weekly episode. And before we go ahead and start, I want you guys to continue to follow me on Instagram at model underscore e underscore. And also, I want to shout out and give my thanks to you guys for referring me to other podcast listeners. Um, the numbers are doing very well. All my international listeners. Last year, before I ended the podcast for the year, I had got a message from all the way from Sri Lanka. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you. There is someone out there who loves my little crazy stories every 2 weeks. And I just appreciate all the love. Yes. So keep bringing it. Okay. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, tonight, I'm going to talk about the women's vagina. I'm not going to really go into detail, but I did want to talk about waxing and shaving because I wish I had this video and I am so upset because it was this white doctor told this black girl, she was young, and she was asking her a question about waxing and shaving. And the doctor was so dead set on, no, you should not do that. It is not good. If you do want to shave, just leave a little bit in the triangle area, but do not shave. It is not good for you. And the girl was looking at her like, huh? What you mean? Like, there isn't anything good about it? But I can understand the doctor because they really don't want you doing all that. But the way that she was saying it, it was kind of like, because she was black, like she didn't want to let her have any fun. She was stopping all the fun, and I really didn't like that. But since we on the subject about it, um, when I first started shaving, right? I just started shaving. I decided at some point, you know what? I want to get this thing off. It's so much better when you're having sexual relations with that thing on. Okay. So when I met my boyfriend, which is now my husband, he was the first guy to shave me like with the electric shaver. And yes, I was scared at first, very timid, but he took his time. And I also thought it was very romantic. And so he started doing that for me. Then he asked me that I wanted to leave a little bit there. And I'm like, yeah, do a little, some creative down there. And that's what he did. And so when we got married, I decided that I wanted to go and get a waxing. And that was my first time ever getting a wax. And so I took my time and I found someone who, the reviews are good and everything, because I believe in reading reviews and making sure that I am going to someone that who is going to treat me right and treat me fair. So the reviews was very good, and I would never forget her. She was just so sweet. She tell me what was going on, what she was doing at the time, and just giving me all type of tips and tricks to the trade of being waxed. And this was a regular hot wax, no sugar wax, or nothing like that. I don't even know if that was out during that time, like 12, 13 years ago. I don't know. But definitely it was the regular wax. And it wasn't that bad to me. A lot of people have a bad experience where they just cringe at getting a wax, saying that it hurts so bad. And I don't think, like, if you have a baby, you can get a wax. It's just nothing to it. And so when I got it, because I have like a high tolerance for pain. So when something is really affecting me to the point of it's a lot of pain, I really don't understand it. I don't know. I tolerate it. And so it was a very good experience. She told me once I did it, to go home, don't wash in hot water. Um, Like, try not to take a shower if you don't have to, but that ain't going down. Girl gonna take a shower before she go to bed. So I just, nice lukewarm water. Don't put anything on it. Kind of just pat it dry and everything. And that was the thing. And probably for about 3 days afterwards, I would put on like this little. I want to say it's not like a cream, but um, it's like a little oil that would just kind of protect the skin from getting bumps and stuff like that, or ingrowing bumps. You don't want those either. Now, I've never experienced ingrowing bumps um, during that time, so I haven't got waxing in years. And I decided to went back like the top of this year in January. So I went to a local place in the area, and the lady, she was very sweet, very sweet. I've only went to her probably about 3 or 4 times, and I'm just so upset. I know she's wondering, like, where is she? Because her and I had such great conversations. Like, we talked about my podcast and how I record and how she wanted to be able to get in front of the camera and speak and just kind of promote her business. But she's kind of like an introvert and laid back. So we talked all about that. Like, she kept it comfortable and everything. And it was just so peaceful. It smelled good inside the office. It was just a great experience. And so about my like my third waxing, I started to get some extra irritants that I never had. And I thought maybe that it was because of the waxing because I haven't had it in a while. And so when I went to my doctor, she told me that it's possible that it could be part of the waxing. She was like, you are 40 now, and things happen down there where your vagina wall, the skin gets thin, and all this stuff. As women go through a whole lot when we turn 40. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna, take it easy. And I haven't went back since because what I started doing was working for me and I wasn't having any more issues and irritants. And my doctor told me, she said, well, you should think about laser treatment. And I thought about it and I looked into it. Of course, I went on YouTube and watched some videos and people had a lot of good reviews. And I never done it. And my doctor was like, well, you better go before you get gray down there. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I was like, everything has a time period now. I'm like, okay, I just turned 40 and now I got to hurry up and rush and do all these things. So stressful being a woman. But that's the joys of being a woman, I guess. You just live with it, you deal with it, and you figure things out so you can live. Okay. but I do want to talk about the difference between waxing and shaving. Waxing exfoliates the skin. So before you start waxing or shaving, you should use some skin exfoliation, which is something that I've never known. I would just take my um, Dove soap and, use it as my shaving cream, basically, when I used to shave. And so I learned that exfoliating the skin, it makes it much smoother and easier to shave. And you also gotta shave the way that the hair is going as well. So there's so many things that you gotta understand. Once I understood that, then everything was like downhill. And so it keeps it looking smoother and it keeps it looking healthy for a longer time, right? So, so when you're waxing, the hair is being removed from the actual follicle. So you just not getting the razor and you just shaving it at the skin. When you're waxing it, you're also getting it down from the follicles, and it takes time to grow back. Because the waxing physically removes the follicles completely from the roots. Now, the best part about, for me personally, not having any grass on my lawn is that it feels good when you're having sexual relations. It feels so good. And I it's a type of it's like when you get your hair, your nails done, it's a self-care thing for us women. And the men love it too. Like I promise you, like they love it. Some guys do prefer to have grass on their lawn, which is quite frankly, if I have to go back to having grass on my lawn and that's what my husband preferred, then he just gonna have to change his tone because I am not having a whole bunch of hair anymore. Yes, your hair does protect from um from bacteria and stuff like that. Yes, it does. But if you ain't got no hair, just be a little bit more careful on what you do. And also, while we're on this subject, we're going to talk about how do you maintain your vagina hygiene. So it was this one doctor, I don't have her name, but she's always on Instagram telling women that how to maintain a vagina and that you need to, wash your vagina or how to wash your vagina. And it's just sad that we don't know how to do that stuff. And it's sad that she has to go through that and explain this on national social media, and tell us how to do these things. We should know that we need to clean and learn how to do it properly, but a lot of us don't. Just like guys who are not circumcised, it's a certain way that you have to clean the penis, pull the skin back, clean it in order to get clean. A lot of guys don't know that. And it stays dirty like that, it gets infected, and you're around here and you having sex with the infected pee pee. My bad. You right here, you having sex with the infected penis. You can get sick from that. You can get sick. But back to the women. Um, Maintaining that vagina, like I said, it's a self-care thing for us, and it should be number one to you because first of all, your vagina is self-cleaning. I never forget when my OB-GYN told me that my vagina is a self-cleaning oven. I don't need to put soap or anything down there. And I looked at her like she was crazy. I'm like, what? No soap. Honey, my mama used to wash me with soap all the time, and that's how I ended up with having a bunch of baby yeast infections because she taught me to put soap down there. And so when she told me that, I started thinking about it. And I said, you know what? She's right. You don't have to really go up there and wash it with soap. So you just, you know, dab the outside, wash the outside, but you kind of you take your time in your pat. You go in there in your pats. That's how you do it. And I'm telling you, if you don't have an odor issue, like naturally, if you don't have an odor issue, it should work with you. But if you do have an odor, still don't do it. Don't douche. Don't put any inserts because it's just going to make things worse. There are products out there. I won't call the names because I'm not getting any type of endorsements from them, so I won't call any names. But there are brands out there that specialize in those type of deodorants for your underarm, your vagina, your butt, and all of that. Yes, people are putting deodorant between their butt cheeks. I don't understand it. I don't plan to do that. Just wash my ass. As long as I got a towel, I got some soap, and I got some water, I'm just wash my ass. Okay? So I think that's maintain your good vagina care. And also, and it's not just about washing it, it's also about what do you eat, your food choices. You also have to eat healthy, eat a lot of fruits, eat a lot of vegetables. If you don't want to eat them, make them out of a shake, make it out of a juice them. It's many ways to get that good, healthy cells and nutrients into your body. And a lot of people don't think that is true, but it is true. You have to somewhat eat better. What you eat is you. That is definitely a true saying. What you eat is a representation of you. So, try to calm down all that, unnecessary like red meats, because all that stuff is it's really not good for you. So just kind of eat it in moderation. I'm not saying don't eat your food. Yes, by all means eat because I eat, but I eat in moderation. And there's certain things that I gave up as well too. So that part, take care of your body naturally as well. Now, question: do you prefer to shower in the morning or in the night? Why? Well, since I am having this conversation with you, I prefer to take a shower at night. And I guess the reason why I prefer at night is because um, I work from home and I'm in the house all the time, but I have to go to bed fresh and clean because you never know what's going to happen in the bed. So you always got to be clean. It's like my mom always told me, don't ever have on dirty drawers or drawers with holes in it because you never know what's going to happen. If you wash your ass at night, when your man gets in the bed, he might won't touch you and you want to be fresh. But it doesn't matter if you wash in the night or in the morning, you definitely want to get it in at some point. There are some people that don't wash every day. We have heard it, we see it. I don't understand how they do it, but I guess it depends on how you were raised, what culture you're from, where you're from. It probably depends on that. But I know for your girl, I have to wash every day. And depending if I'm in and out and it's like it's hot during the summertime, I'm gonna wash probably 2 times a day. Now, is that a little excessive? It might be because I'm kind of, washing away my naturalness on my skin, but I got Vaseline for that. Yes, I use Vaseline. Always have. I've never been a lotion person. Not even to just like put on my hands. Someone could give me some lotion and like little sprays like from Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Works, and it will last me for years because that's just not me. I just don't really use those stuff. I only put on hand lotion because I, have it in my bag and I may need it. But as far as putting lotion and stuff like on my body, no, I use Vaseline. And another crazy thing is I do have to put a little bit of lotion on my face along with my Vaseline. So I'll take the Vaseline, rub it on my face, and then I'll take the lotion and then rub it on my face and rub it in like that. But for the most part, I just use that. But a secret I'm gonna tell y'all is that you know how some people like to use name brand Vaseline? Mm, that's your girl. It don't work for me. I use the off brand, like Target and the Walmart brand. It works for me. If I use regular Vaseline brand, it seems to be dry and it's just it don't work for me. So that's how I secret. So tell me, what do you guys like to do as far as taking a shower? You like morning? You like night? Why? I mean, I feel more comfortable at night when I get into bed because I want to keep my sheets and stuff clean for one thing. I don't want to have to wash it every 2 days because I don't want to wash my ass when I get in it because I'm my type of person. Sometimes I get into bed in my birthdays. We all do. And I'm not going to go in this spell like all day. Mm-mm, got me twisted. All right. So I have one more conversation for you guys tonight. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip one. But um my lady here, well, she's really not my friend, but ever since I found her on Instagram, she has turned into my friend because I like what she said. So let me go ahead and see if y'all can let her hear that. Now, if y'all think that you are, or if you want to know that you are the only woman in your man's life, she will, Miss Faye will let you know. I'm gonna go ahead and starting over from the beginning. So yeah, if you want to know, Miss Faye will let you know. Uh-oh, I'm messing
To know you like that. He wants to keep it kind of at bay. Now there are men who text you who are hiding things from you. If they know if they talk to you on the phone, you might hear another voice in the background, or somebody might catch on that they're talking to you. But in any
Mm-hmm.
regard, ladies, if you have a man who's just texting you and won't call,
He
block
got
him.
somebody else. He ain't too into you.
And he texts you all the time and he doesn't want to talk, it's because he doesn't want to know you like that.
How you
He wants
doing?
to keep it kind of at bay.
Babe.
Now there are men.
Y'all heard it. She told y'all that if a man only texts you, he ain't really trying to know you like that. He probably just having one thing. He probably got a whole family in the house. So y'all go ahead and check Miss Pay out and she'll go ahead and give y'all the good. So if you don't need to call Miss Cleo, you don't need to call Miss Cleo and run your credit card bill up. You don't need to do that. Talk to Miss Faye and Miss Faye will let you know. If all he doing is texting you, either he ain't really into you, he just trying to keep y'all on the low, or he got somebody else. But if a man calls you on the phone, okay, it might be a good indication that he really likes you, and it could be something. But if you can't never talk to him, then he might not really want you like that. He just want one thing. So this kind of reminded me of something that I read online where this girl, she met this guy in another state. They met online. He lived in another state, and they were, in that long distance relationship. And she fell in love with him because he treated her so good and he bought her things and he just made her feel like a real woman. So she went to she haven't she haven't talked to him for a while, and she saw on social media that he had passed. So she went to his hometown and she went to the funeral along with her family members. Now, her family members went with her, and her family members didn't agree of the relationship because they thought maybe that something else was going on that she didn't know about. So a few of them went with her to the funeral. So when she got to the funeral, she saw, like on a front seat, how she described, she said she saw a woman, which is she think was his fiance. And when they read it or whatever, she would just, break it down crying a whole lot. So that's how she came to the conclusion that that was, his fiance because she saw it in the obituary. And so after everything was over, she rode by his house and she said she saw his car parked on the side of the street. She said she was so hurt and she did not want her family to say, I told you so, I told you so. But the crazy thing that happened was after everything was over, they got back home. She was getting unsolicited text messages and videos of the funeral. Like someone was sending her pictures of the fiance at the funeral. Now, who could y'all think that be? Her family at first was telling her that I don't think this is a good idea. This man has another whole family. I don't think that is what you think it is. And all of a sudden, out the blue, she starts to get text messages with the fiance crying at the funeral. Now, who you think that is? Let me tell y'all something. First of all, the family only went there because they wanted to say, I told you so. They just wanted to see. There is no way I'm going to take people who ain't happy for me nowhere. I don't care what the situation is. I would have just went by myself. I'm not taking them with me. because they only went to prove that they were right, but she don't see that. So now she's like, I'm all distraught. I don't know what to do. And I almost moved to his city. And now all of this. She was like, I'm just lost and I don't even know if I want to talk to my family again. I just don't want to hear from anyone. So now it seems like she's going to go into this depression mood, and I just hope she doesn't kill herself. But you have to be careful about, who you meet, because I'm telling you, things can get so crazy. Like it will seem like a dream. Like it's just a perfect relationship. And then all of a sudden, boom, it is gone. Or you found out that person isn't what you thought he was or what you thought she was. Because people lie all the time to get their way. Behind these phones and internet and stuff, people lie. And that's what people don't realize. That's how you get scammed and catfished. Like y'all see all these catfish movies and stuff online, and y'all still get catfished. So I guess you're stupid in real life, I guess, but you gotta be more careful. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this bi-week episode. I am your host, your girl, Model E. Thank you for tuning into episode 127. And thank you once again for telling a friend about your girl. Make sure you tell them to follow me on Instagram as well on model_E_. Also check out our YouTube page where you can find my other podcast with my husband called Life and Love, and also the Encourage Inspire podcast and the Power Trek podcast, and of course the Black Male podcast. And make sure you go to Roku, because I know y'all got the smart TVs. Y'all got that tax money and everything. I know you bought some TVs. So make sure you go and download the GWUN TV app. Download it on the Roku channel. I know y'all got Roku. It's free on your app. Go do it. And make sure you check out all the shows and creative content that we have out there. So thank you. I appreciate it, you guys. And I am going to go ahead and end this pod right now. So be careful.